What's up, you guys? Orlando here with the Licha Record Studio. Another tutorial for you guys how to mix an EDM song that we just created using literally GarageBand on an iPad in 5 minutes. And we're gonna take all those tracks, we export it, and we put it in our DAW. In this case, for me, it's Cubase, but you can follow along in your own DAWs. And we're gonna be mixing this and creating a full song out of an 8-bar loop. If you're ready to get going, let's do this. And guys, if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. You know the drill. Hit like, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you don't miss any future videos from us. And in today's video, we're gonna be talking about volume, panning, a structure for your beat, and we're gonna be basically creating a full song from an 8-bar loop and edit those sounds. So let's get going. We're inside Cubase, and for this tutorial we're gonna be mixing an EDM track for this mini series that we're doing on how to mix an EDM song. And today we're gonna start with the very basics. We're gonna be going through volume, panning, structure, and editing, how to structure a full song from an 8-bar loop. For you to follow along, please go ahead and in the description I'm gonna leave a link for you to download these tracks that we're gonna use for this song today. Please go ahead and do that, download the tracks and follow along in your own DAWs, because we're going to be covering in this in different videos, and I want you to do it along with me as well. Now, I'm not going to explain my template, but every time I mix a song, I already have a template set up, and I'm not going to explain that. Maybe I will do another video explaining everything on my template. This one is right now tailored to this song that we're going to be doing. Let me tell you what we have here right now and all the tracks that you're gonna get for this project. You're gonna get all these tracks in blue are the ones that you're gonna get. Basically, you're gonna have a kick, hi-hat and snare, which is only one track, a synth bass 1, synth bass 2, and a sub bass, and synth 1, another synth, and a pluck. And we're gonna take a listen to this, how it sounds, and let's do that one by one first before anything else. And again, just go ahead and hit the link and hit download those tracks for you to follow along. Okay, let's hear the kick first. Okay, pretty good. Let's hear the hi-hat and snare. Pretty basic right there. We're gonna take a listen to the synth and bass along with that drum set. Let's take a listen to the other one just with the drums as well. Pretty cool. And there's also a sub bass here. Let's take a listen to that. Okay, pretty good. What else we have here? We have a synth. Listen to that with the drums. Pretty cool. And synth and harp. Pretty nice. Synth pluck. That's pretty cool. What we're gonna do basically is just set up the volume for all these tracks right away. You need to nail the volume. If you don't, it's not gonna sound okay. Okay, so the first thing is setting the volume and setting the panning for all these tracks. And let's listen one by one. What I like to do in this case, and I'm gonna pull it here right now. Give me just a second. I'm gonna go here. These guys, it's a free plugin that you can download. I'm gonna make sure that I look the link for that and try to leave you the link also in the description below. This is a HOFA. HOFA has a bunch of free plugins that are really great and works amazing, and you should try them for sure. Go ahead and download that. That's free, and this is a meter, fader and meter actually. And what we're gonna look on this, it's the volume of each track based on the decibels. So for the kick, what I'm aiming for, it's not minus 18. That's the general, volume I give all the rest of the tracks. But for the kick, since this is EDM, it has to be a little bit louder than that. So my mindset when I come to EDM, it's this. Kick has to be minus 15, minus 12 dB. And that's going to give me, headroom for all the rest. But mainly that's what I'm looking for. So you're going to hit play. You're going to listen to the volume here. Just from the start, this kick, it's perfect for me. I'm not even touching that because it's hitting almost minus 12 dB here, which is perfect. We want to see it. We want to see it in this range right here, right along these lines, and that's perfect for me. What I like to do and the mindset behind this is, if the track were to be too low in the clip itself, I'm gonna lower the volume, not on the fader. Okay, so I'm not gonna go here in the kick, and I'm not gonna go like this, and lower the volume. No, this one I'm not gonna touch it for now. I'm gonna set up the volume right in the clip. This is called clip gain. And on the clip, if it were to be too soft like this, what I would like to do is just put it and set it up in the volume basically that it needs to have, right? We're gonna do this. So it's basically 0. On Cubase, I can control the volume here as well. It's very convenient. In any case, let me listen to the hi and the snare. Gonna mute the kick really quick here. Okay, hi-hat and snare. So the snare is hitting almost here, almost minus 15, which is perfect as well. The hi-hat, it's around here, a lower volume, which is also perfect. I'm not gonna touch that at all. That's pretty cool for me right now. We're gonna move on to the synth and bass, basically. I'm just gonna leave it there because it's speaking right minus 18, and that sounds pretty good to me. Let's move to this synth bass 2. Let's take a listen to this. So this one is a little bit loud, and I think what I did there was minus 3 dB. Let's take a listen to that. Okay, that's peaking at minus 18. That's what I like to see. And let's hear the sub bass really quick. Okay, that's a little bit louder than -18. I'm just gonna maybe take it down by 0.5. Okay, half of the B. Let's make it 1. I think that's pretty good right there. Synth 1. Let's hear that. That's pretty good. Sounds good to me. Moving on, synth art. Let's take a listen to that. I think I gave volume to this one already. It was like right here. Okay, that's too low. What I did, I think it was like 6 dB. So let's try that. PKL minus, let's do 7. That's good. Perfect. And pluck. Let's hear that. See if I have. I'm gonna put this one in 0. So you hear it. So I -24 here. We're gonna go up in volume. That's pretty good to me. So 5 dB there. So that's what you want to do with the volume. In this case, go track by track, set up the volume in the clip, not on the fader, basically. And that's basically clip gain for all your tracks. That's all the volume we need. Regarding volume, those are perfect right now. So what I like to do right now is basically see and work with the panning. Kick is always gonna go right in the middle. Also for the snare, synth bass, that one is gonna go in the middle because that's mainstream bass right there. This one, we're gonna leave it as of right now right there because I don't know, maybe we're gonna on the final video on automation, we can pan this one via automation, left and right. I'm thinking about that. So before I forget about that, I'm just gonna go ahead here and do a quick note actually. Not right here. In Cubase, cool thing is that you can basically, you have a notepad here for this track, for synth bass 2. I'm gonna put here maybe okay, so I have that there. You can take notes, ideas at the beginning. Sub bass, you know what, for this, that's gonna go in the middle, and we're gonna touch on that later on. But I want the middle to be, be like pure power. Yes. Synths. Let's see what we have here. I don't know. Let's pan this a little bit to the left, and let's see. expand that to the right. And the plaque, let me see here. This one I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna leave it just as it is right now, right there. That's pretty much it. We touch on volume, we touch on panning. We're not gonna do more about that right now. But the next thing I want you to take a look at is a structure of the beat, actually. So on this subject, on my template, I always have an intro, verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, and an outro. Before setting up the structure, what I want you to do is just make sure that all those tracks are clean. You know, they don't have pops or any artifacts. Just take a listen to everything. Right now, that's pretty clean already. But in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and clip this and actually edit this really quick. Just gonna cut it right there. Just gonna delete that. Okay. And for all those tracks, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a fade there. Okay. Nice. So I'm just gonna copy this, put this one in the intro right here. And on Cubase, you can do this. You can copy that until the end right there. So right now we have, you know, pretty much the full song. And I'm gonna go ahead and start deleting stuff. Main thought about this one. I think when I'm created the structure on accumulating or putting instruments one on top of the other, the intro, you can go all in on the intro, or you can start building until you get to the chorus or to the main section of the song. And right now, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna leave the kick here, and I'm gonna delete all the rest of the tracks. That's gonna be my main intro right now. Intro is gonna be until here. I'm just gonna put it on right there. That's gonna be my intro. Okay, so building up on that, we're gonna go ahead, maybe with one of these bases, maybe with this one. Okay, and I'm gonna grab another one of these kicks. So I'm just building, guys, you know, building with the loops here right now. So okay, so right there in that section, I'm just gonna go ahead and make it even more interesting. Okay, right now I'm just gonna go ahead and move this one, the hi-hat and the snare, into place, and I'm just gonna clip it right here for the second section of it. So this is what we have. Intro. And right here, since we're doing editing right now, this is the fun part. What I'm hearing right now is this hit right here. And what I'm doing, I'm just clipping this, and I'm just gonna put it there. Okay. I'm just gonna delete this and delete that. I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay. And on this part, we're gonna do something fun already for this. So that's intro. I'm just gonna call the whole thing intro right now for that section. Okay, just gonna move this, and let's go to keep building this one really quick. I'm just gonna move the kick and hi-hat and snare right in place. Okay, and we're going to work with the synth and bass. I already finished the whole structure of the song, which is what you see right here. So I'm gonna explain from this point forward everything I did. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it right there, and I'm gonna explain what I did. Guys, I just this snare just copy on this side, and I started chopping up a little bit this snare. I'm just gonna if you go in Cubase, if you go here, you can actually without, of course, I'm not pulling the volume up, but just the visual on the wave, you can actually see it a little bit more that way, so you know what you're doing actually. So in this case, what I did here with the snare was just copy and chop it, basically all these pieces of audio with the snare, and basically this is what it's doing. Okay, so here, like you can see, it's all chopped up, all those snares. By the way, on this ones right here, I'm just gonna do the same, and I'm gonna go ahead and fade it a little bit on the end. I don't want any pops or clicks or anything like that. Here I don't need to, because like you can see here, there's nothing there. It's just empty space basically. But moving on, that's the build up, and this is kind of the main section, like the drop, the whatever it's it feels like it's about to explode up until this point. And we're gonna go into the, in this case I name it the chorus, but you can name it whatever you want. It's just the main section, the rhythm, the hook, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And let's take a listen to that, what we did. Basically for this section as well, I just put one of the main synths here with this build up. So and for this section, if you notice, the build-up doesn't have a kick. So that's a part of the arrangement basically that I decided to create here, because for the most part of the song, you're gonna have kick going on all the way. So this section is like a make it a different part, of the song, which is completely different to the rest. So people notice as people getting hooked with a change. Basically for this portion, it's only snare. I have a bass, synth bass on the second portion of the build up, and I have a synth. Pretty simple, and we're gonna listen to that, and then we're gonna listen to the main chorus here. Okay, So block, I'm using it all by itself. It's like a completely different section of the song, and it's this chorus that's only gonna drop, after a build up or after the verse. In this case, right here, and that's the only reason, because this block, if I were to put this one along with this other synth, and let's hear that really quick. These two together. They don't sound really good together, and I would avoid that at all cost. It doesn't don't have the same melodic structure, don't have the same feel to it. Seems like this synth bass 2 works well with the plug, so I left it there, and now I have variety basically on the song. We started with synth bass here, synth bass 1, and then we moved to synth bass 2 for this portion. And then on the verse, we're gonna do actually sub bass for second verse, which is gonna be a little bit longer, and we're gonna take a listen to that really quick. Again, on that portion of it, before, it's a little bit more elements to it, and you want to play with putting a lot of elements and taking away elements. It created variety on the arrangement. That's what you want. You want to create interest. And on this second verse, that's what we're gonna do. It's just basically just one rhythm element, which in this case is the kick, and we have a sub bass and we have the synth arp. So you have mainly percussive element driving the whole thing, and you have a bass element, sub bass element just underneath. Feels nice, and the synth arp is just the high end element on it, and it sounds full, it sounds different, and it sounds simple, and that's what we want to do, right, with this portion. Okay, this is the fun part. Instead of just going into the downbeat for the next portion of it, I'm just creating this space right here for another mini section, which is gonna be a short, really short build up, just to create interest just before the chorus. And what I did is, in this case, I chopped the snare samples here. You can see that, and in Cubase you can do reverse. In every DAW you can do reverse, but in Cubase is right here. I use this a lot, the open direct offline process, and you can preset your own stuff. And I have a reverse here and a pitch shift actually as well, that I can apply to any audio just by going here to this menu, reverse, instead of going audio and processes and then reverse. So way too many clicks actually, just going that route. Instead of doing that, I just programmed here, just go here, do reverse, and that's it. And basically what it does is something like, I don't know, let me show you guys something like this. I'm just gonna cut this really quick, just gonna cut that kick, and I'm just gonna hit reverse, and then I'm gonna go new version. Okay, so you create a new version of it, so it doesn't affect this same sample, just affecting this one. And now you have a kick in reverse. Let's hear that real quick. Okay, so that's pretty much it, and I'm just gonna leave it there. Maybe that sounds cool. Okay, that sounds good to me. Let's listen to this portion of it, of the song right here, what we did here with this. Now that I'm thinking here, I did this. I chopped up a little bit of the synth of the plug. Actually, I like it here, but I don't quite like it at the end of it. I'm just gonna delete that, and I'm just gonna leave, the main synth here until the end of the song, because that's gonna be my outro actually. So let's take a listen to that. And first, let me see if this is actually faded. It's not. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a fade there. Okay, just to give it an element of the other plug. And I cut it a little bit of the synth here and muted that portion of it as well. That's part of the arrangement as well that I wanted to create. And like you can see here, guys, it's pretty simple. We're just playing with the elements. Create your own arrangement, make it interesting. So let's take a listening from top to bottom, all the things that we did here with this arrangement for this first video, and let's take a whole listen of the full song that we have right now. As you can see here, this is super simple, super basic. Anyone can do this basically. And you just need to experiment, see what works best for the song in this case. And you'll just feel comfortable with it and play with it. Play with samples, reverse samples, and just make it interesting. And that's about it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. I don't want you to miss next video. In next video, we're gonna be talking about compression. I don't want you to miss that, so go ahead and do that. And again, until next video, don't stress, do your best, be blessed, forget the rest. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.